we are. Wow.
We just skipped the theme song.
That's okay.
Okay.
We're going to do a mini episode. Not a mini episode, but kind of a low...
Well, we're not at Park Studios.
Yeah, here's
In
what
case you
happened.
can't tell from the shitty audio, we're not at Park Studios.
We got into Park Studios. It was a great success. We were looking forward to our new future as Park Studio collaborators.
Yeah.
And then...
Still are. We're still looking forward to that.
Yeah, but there was 2 blizzards, and we were sequestered to our homes. So we had to go back and be home people.
Yeah, it's upsetting because, frankly, I really, really liked it better there.
Yeah, the mics were better.
It felt funnier.
It felt funnier.
I felt better looking.
You looked better.
What do you mean I looked better?
Oh, I was just going off of what you were saying.
What?
No, I was saying you looked better.
Okay, well,
because of the lighting.
you looked better too.
No, I probably didn't. You look great.
Okay.
You
All
look
right.
beautiful.
Stop it. You're making me sweat.
Okay, don't sweat.
Do I have a lip sweat?
No.
I tried to put on makeup.
You look pretty.
Thanks.
Well, here we are, guys. And guess what today is? The big game. Are you guys ready to toss some pig skin? Are you ready to light up the barbecue? Are you guys ready to enjoy a hot room with your family? Just sitting on a couch, eating until you're sick?
Falling asleep next to your uncle, making sure he doesn't try anything.
Drinking light beer until you taste metal? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Until you fart metal.
It's the Super Bowl. Woohoo! We know what that's all about because we are big
sports,
big time gridiron
awesome fans.
Yep, we love the gridiron. We
love it.
Love the pigskin.
We call ourselves the pigskin twins.
Pigsquins.
Pigsquins.
Pair.
Yeah.
The pair. We're just a pair of pigskins.
That's what we call ourselves, and you guys know that because this is primarily a sports podcast.
Yep, we've fully pivoted to become America's, mainly the tri-state, because we really focus on junior football leagues around the tri-state area. Now we've pivoted away from comedy. We are covering semi-professional football in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. And today,
if you guys don't know, that's not a niche thing.
That's
okay?
pretty. If you aren't from New York, you wouldn't know. But if you're from New York,
that doesn't make it niche.
Nope. It just makes it regional.
That's right.
If you don't like it, you're regionalist.
Yeah, and if you're a regionalist, get out of my region.
Yeah.
You can stay out.
Here's what they say. Don't mess with Texas. I say don't connect with Connecticut. That's what I say. I say stay away from us.
What
Don't try
do they
to
say to that? They just cry.
Yeah, everybody cries.
Everybody cries when they hear that.
Yeah. So,
wait, are you hearing what I'm hearing right now?
Yeah, it's just an alarm. It's letting us know that there's been a terrorist attack. And we're just, there's probably it was like a dirty bomb or something. But like we've always said, the show must go on. Okay. And so we're doing the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, elephant in the room, we did have a depressing day. We will cover that on the Patreon episode because that's where we spoke about it. But so this episode is just about us trying to have a light time.
It's really about Andy trying to carry the podcast, and we're going to see how he does.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes, but we're going to try to cheer up Miss Buttercup right here, Mrs. Most likely to succeed, McLean High. McLean?
I actually was never voted anything in superlatives.
Do you know what I was?
What?
Most likely to become a Backstreet Boy.
That's not a superlative.
That's what I was.
They said most likely to become a Backstreet Boy.
I can get out my senior yearbook if you want it.
Well, you have worked Vegas.
True.
And that is where they are.
You know what I feel bad about? Is that we should have watched...
How did you feel about that when they voted you that?
I was like, what the fuck? Because I wasn't like a ham, There was like way more like hammy... I feel bad for like the gay kids that were in like theater that were like, what the fuck? I'm working out here. Can you untwist that for me?
Yes.
Because Shaky Paws. You guys, Shaky Paws did beat Rosebud Baker at 3 games of Jenga last night. I want you to know that.
That was impressive. But you're also like the most boring Jenga player I've ever played with.
Yeah, because I don't try to take all the bottom. Rosebud will try to, if it's like, like you take out the middle and there's 2 pieces on either side, she'll try to take out one of those pieces and be like, it's exciting. I want to taste blood.
Yeah. You got to go right for the bottom. Listen, if you start a Jenga game, take out the 2 pieces on the bottom, and most of the time you will shake the confidence of your fellow players to the point that they cannot continue. They just can't go on.
I had to call my mom.
Yeah,
I had to call Rosebud's mom. I just say, what did you create? Called Rosebud's dad. He didn't answer. Mm-hmm. He's busy trying to get Turkmenistan to sell all its copper reserves.
No, you know why he didn't pick up? Because my dad believes in solving your own goddamn problems.
Hell yeah. Like Margarine Taylor Greene.
Just like her.
The future of the party. The future of the party.
What was the speech she made today?
Just about how she apologized and they still were censuring her. So she's like, going on the attack.
Okay.
She's talking about how we shouldn't give our tax dollars to other countries. Mm-hmm. Which I don't agree with, but I don't know why. Like, it's a good argument. But I think we probably should help out other countries because even like our poor people have 2 TVs.
I hate when she says something I do agree with. When she's like, the media promotes hatred. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, and that's true, but like not as much as you do. You know what I mean? Like not as much as she does.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? It's like the media's just showing her for who she is. And she's like, oh, the media is sowing hatred. And it's like, or you're a hate-mongering person, and so we are turning against you.
You know what's weird is
anyway
that somehow, and I'm not going to get into...
I didn't want this to become a Margarine Taylor Greene episode.
I want it to be about another Marjorie.
Who's that?
Who do you think what are some other Marjories in history?
Other than the fake butter, I can't think of one.
That's margarine.
Yeah, but it's as close to Marjorie as I can.
Oh, my God. We should save that for the next time, like, a blonde QAnon person comes out in politics. Mm-hmm. And we could be like, more like Margarine Taylor Greene. You know what I mean?
Why do you need to save that? Why don't you just do it with her?
Because margarine's fake butter, so it's got to be like a fake it's got to be like the poor man's Margarine Taylor Greene.
Margarine Taylor Greene is the poor man's Margarine Taylor Greene.
Except, you know what she is? She comes from that. She's not poor. She's like that like kind of white where your husband is a contractor or he like sells cars.
It's the kind of white where your house looks exactly like every other house in your neighborhood.
Yeah, but you make collectively $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
So you're not poor, but somehow you have this working class ethos. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they still kind of, they just have like a pantry. Mm-hmm. That's where all their wealth goes.
Right.
Into apocalyptic levels of food preparation.
Whenever I think of pantries, I think of how my mom used to lock ours because her kids ate too much.
Yeah, there was 5 of you.
Yeah, she would lock the pantry.
Yeah.
We had to knock on it.
Was it mainly
as
you?
As if there was food on the other side that would answer.
Hello, Oreos.
Hi, Pickles.
Hi, Pickles.
Are you in there, Pickles?
We miss you, Pickles.
Who keeps pickles in the pantry?
Well, everybody does until you open them.
That's true. Although Clausen, I feel like Clausen you have to keep in the fridge.
The good ones, the good pickles all do have
Clausen
to be refrigerated.
is the best pickle.
What do you think the most quintessential Super Bowl food is?
The most quintessential?
Yeah.
God. Wings.
Wings?
Yeah. I'm going to say wings.
I'm going to say if it was Family Feud style, it would be wings on top.
Uh-huh.
Pizza.
Really?
Pizza would be up there.
You're going to go pizza. You're going to go wings, then pizza.
Yep. Then nachos.
Then nachos.
Yeah. Then generic chips and dips. Mm-hmm. And then what's our last one?
See, I'm going to go... No. I'm going to go...
Hold on. I got to think of a last one real quick.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Poppers.
Poppers. I was going to say poppers.
The gay sex drug.
Oh, yeah. At the good parties.
Yeah. So you...
What if somebody was like, what if you were going to like a party, like you just moved to the South and you were trying to make friends and you're going to your first Super Bowl party and they're like, yeah, bring over some poppers. And you're from Manhattan and you're like a club kid.
I didn't know that people were into that
And
down
you're like,
here.
oh
but
my God, I'm going to love Ohio.
yeah, it's been ages since I've had anonymous gay sex for hours on end, so this should be exciting. I would love to relax my butthole. You know what I should do?
What?
I should take poppers to shit.
You don't need to shit more than you already do.
No, but I think I have a tight butthole.
You don't.
No, I think I have a very tight butthole.
I'm telling you, by the amount of time that you spend in the bathroom, by sheer force, it is impossible that you have a tight butthole.
Why are my farts so loud, though? They sound like the tiniest trumpet mouth. Like,
you know
just
why?
The littlest.
Because you have to hold your butthole closed so that you're not constantly shitting your pants.
True.
And so it's like a trumpet.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
I know how to fart so that it's like totally silent.
That's not true.
I do. I just lean and I lean and I lift one butt cheek and it's totally silent.
I think that's a girl thing. My ex-girlfriend
like,
used to do that too.
It sounds like the dog's exhaling.
Well, Charlie is a loud exhaler.
Sounds like...
you never
well,
finished
it's even quieter than that.
You never finished your snack top 5 Family Feud answers.
Okay, sorry. All right. So I would go wings.
Mm-hmm.
I would go nachos.
Okay.
I would go chips and dip, which is nachos, but I'm just saying
nachos
in terms
are
of
different.
Like
they're separate.
How many people bring these things, you know? Then I'm going to go, can 2 things share a spot?
Sure.
Mozzarella sticks and or breadsticks.
No, breadsticks?
Yeah, breadsticks.
You've had breadsticks.
Like from Domino's.
Okay, true.
Yeah. And then I'm going to throw poppers in there too, but the jalapeno kind.
Yeah. What about this? Do you think that there's a place in the country where it's potato skins? Can you remember the last time you had potato skin? Like ordered potato skins?
I can't.
It's got to be the 90s, right?
Has to be.
Has
to be over. I forgot those existed. I mean, I cannot remember what they taste like, really. Even.
Have you ordered chicken tenders in the last year?
Of course I have. Look
chicken
at me.
tendies are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
I'm wearing
one of the
a scrunchie with a thing on the top of my head. I eat mozzarella sticks at least twice a week. Of course I've ordered chicken tendies. I've ordered chicken tenders. I ordered nuggets this week.
Yeah. True.
I got 9 nuggets directly to me.
Where? Oh, from
Chirpin' Chicken.
Chiracachillos.
Okay. Well, you've forgotten everything related to meat.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
I haven't.
Chirpin' Chicken is the greatest chicken restaurant in New York. No, it's not.
I
but
think
it's
some
very
black
good.
people would argue with you.
Well, you wouldn't really know.
I don't know any black people. You're right. Okay. And that might be problematic for me to act like black people are the authorities on chicken.
Yeah, I think it is.
But you know what? It's racist, but then you get in a conversation and I don't know. Checks out.
Andy? Oh, my God.
I'm glad this is going on the public
I've made
one.
a seriously poor choice in
Okay,
husband.
I regret that last part, but I'm not going to cut it out because I want a full disclosure. I want to own my consequences.
I'm actually I'm gonna keep it for my records in case I need to divorce him.
True. Okay. Here's something that I thought we could talk about.
Okay.
Well, first of all, let's get this Super Bowl stuff out of the way.
Okay.
Who do you think's the winner in the game today? We got the Kansas City Chiefs with
I was gonna say, who's playing?
helmed by Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's his 3rd or 4th year in the league. He's a great quarterback, good guy, right side of history. He's like a redheaded black guy, and he speaks with a Southern accent. He's like, "Hey, everybody! I just want to let you know that we're going into this game." That's how he talks.
Okay.
That was actually pretty good. It didn't deserve the head bobble thing that you do.
I don't know what you're talking
I saw
about.
it. Okay. I can see your reflection in the reflection of the mirror.
Okay.
Second, got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of your favorite cities in the United States, helmed by Tom Brady, 43 years old, oldest quarterback to ever start a Super Bowl. Who do you got? Where's your money on? You got
Wait, Tom Brady's not for the Patriots
No,
anymore?
he transferred last year. He got traded to the Buccaneers. I probably so that Giselle could be closer to Brazil. She was sick of flying from Boston. She wanted to fly from Miami. This bitch hasn't been on a domestic plane
So I
or
guess
a commercial plane in like 20 years. What am I talking about?
I know, and yet she like insisted on giving birth at home. Anyway, let's see. I would say I'm gonna go with Tom Brady. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers just because it's the closest thing to New England. I mean, because of Tom Brady.
Want Tom Brady to win because he kisses his son and he likes Trump.
What do you mean he kisses his son? So what's wrong with kissing your son?
On the lips. Him and his son kiss on the lips a lot.
Okay.
An uncomfortable amount. Like when his son leaves the room, he kisses his dad on the lips. Like that kind of weird.
How old is his son?
10 or something.
Okay, that's enough.
It's not great. I wonder if that's Giselle. She's like, bésame Antonio São Paulo. That's my Portuguese impression.
Do it again?
Bésame Papau.
Canceled.
You can make fun of Brazilians.
Canceled, Andy.
Okay.
Once again. Every week.
Anyways, I kind of want the Bucks to win just because what does Tampa have going for it other than just blonde conservative irrationals?
I'll tell you what they got.
Side splitters.
Side splitters.
But you know what? They're going to be a title
Side
town.
Splitters Comedy Club.
They got the Super Bowl and Side Splitters. No, their hockey team also won.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways.
Tampa's having a good year. I got to say, COVID has really, Tampa is thriving.
It's weird how Florida is kind of like, Florida and Texas are kind of positioning themselves as like the free states.
Yeah.
You know, like in Handmaid's Tale, all the Americans have to move to like Ontario to live in Little America.
Yeah.
That's what Texas and Florida are. Like we're all in like a dictatorship. And then down there you can just.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. It does feel like that.
You feel like you live under a dictatorship.
It does feel like that.
Because Cuomo and de Blasio are taking away your rights.
No, because I can't eat indoors.
And you want to?
Yeah, I miss it. I mean, of course I don't. It's not like I'm going, oh, wait, let's open up because we need to. It's not like that. I'm just saying I fucking miss eating indoors.
Yeah.
Why can't I say that?
Yeah.
Why can't I say that I hate living in New York right now without sounding like somebody, it sucks here.
It is weird how people like you aren't even allowed to like talk like that. I feel like if you were in LA right now and you're like, God, I miss me eating indoors, people would be like, well, the virus is real.
And
okay.
Like, yeah, I know it's real.
And POC women are dying more.
Right. Yeah, I know. I also miss restaurants.
Yeah. We've pivoted since we got sent back. This blizzard has made us reevaluate our politics, and we're now a reactionary podcast. That's what we are now. So if you try to close down our businesses, well, you're taking away our freedoms.
Yep. Pause for Andy to gulp down a massive amount
of
carbonated water.
Dry. My dick's wet.
Wow.
That's what I say now when I get turned on. I go, I'm so wet right now.
Yeah, he is. He's trying on this personality, and it's like
comfortable.
I'm trying not to kink shame. I'm just like, okay, just let him like figure this out.
Ooh, it's like a swimming pool down there right now.
I'm like, yeah.
What are you, Michael Phelps? Because you're about to go swimming.
In my dick. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
He said that the other day.
That's my new catchphrase.
I was like, I don't even know physically how that would work, but
I go, be like Mark Spitz and not, whoa. anyways, I lost the idea.
What happened?
There's a pretty cloud up there.
You're so ADD.
I know. It's bad. Oh, I want to address something.
Okay. This feels like it's about to be something I did.
No, it isn't. It's actually something that you are aware of, though. So I have made a joke on here multiple times about how I feel like I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I will throw it around quite lightly because, I don't know, I have friends on the spectrum. I have tendencies that like line up with the whatever DSM codes. I don't know who runs the spectrum thing, but somebody has written out to us. Who runs
the spectrum thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't know who's in charge of the spectrum chapter of the DSM-5.
Or Moderna, AstraZeneca. Anyways, somebody's written out to us, one of our listeners. Apparently, she's not offended enough to not listen to our podcast anymore, which, thank you. I'm glad you stuck around. She is mad at me, though, or maybe both of us, because we've kind of made light. And
why don't you read it? Why don't you read the message?
Because it's on my phone and my phone's on whatever mode. But I do want to address that I do acknowledge that a lot of the things that we make fun of, they time out, right? So we like become more aware of them, and then we realize like, oh, that's not something that we can make fun of anymore. You can't even, it's like bullying, right? Like that used to be like funny.
You just evolve as people.
Yeah, we evolve. And that's not a defense because you can't go like, well, nobody was talking about it. We didn't know. But also, we just make fun. And we don't make fun in I don't think, a vicious way. I think I try to punch at myself, and I guess by like...
Wait, you're defending yourself without explaining what happened. So we got a DM, basically, that this girl said... So we got a DM where this girl said that she wasn't offended enough to not listen, but that that if we're going to make jokes like this, we should sound like we know what we're talking about. And here's the thing. Yeah, it's better to make a joke when you've like researched what the fuck you're talking about and you know what the hell you're saying. However, when you're podcasting, it's being done on the fly. You don't have a chance to like write a joke down and like have it come off the way that you would hope for it to. It's going to come out clumsy. It's why people get in trouble on podcasts all the time, because we're just bullshitting. And
also, I want to say this. I feel like if I read a bunch on it, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable making the joke. So I'm blissfully ignorant. Mm-hmm. But I will also say this. I make jokes a lot. We joke about people dying. We joke about killing people. We joke about STDs. We joke about tragedies. My act is very, like, I make fun of being molested. All of these things are very real and bad in the world, but
including his act.
Yeah. And dude, my dick's getting wet right now. But no, I don't want to not be able, because if we really like get down to it, there's people that get offended when you make fun of everything. There is somebody who is going to be sensitive about every single thing. And while I think there's some pretty easy things to avoid, I also think like we can't get into a space where I'm not saying it's okay to make fun of autistic kids. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, like, we're going to make jokes sometimes, and they're not about people. They're not about their struggles. They're to bring people in. They're to let people know that they're seen. We do these roast battles sometimes. I haven't done one for a long time, but we do, like, the judging. And some of the kids that go to the roast battle are, like, severely handicapped. Two of the most ardent roasters in L.A. are an autistic kid and a kid with extreme CP. And I've seen them go up there and they just rail against each other.
And they're so fucking funny.
And they love it. They love to not be babied and coddled and delicately walked around. Now, that's not to say that's for everybody, but there's love in our hearts. And I'm not going to like stop being who I am, and that's an asshole that sometimes says insensitive things,
and who might also be on the spectrum.
Yeah. Did you see how hard it was for me to make eye contact with the camera that entire time?
it was impossible for you to make eye contact with me during our wedding ceremony.
Yep.
Do you know how many times he was reminded to look at me?
Mm-hmm.
At least 3. Do you know how long our wedding ceremony was? 7 minutes.
In heaven.
No, Andy.
No, it was...
That's where you learned what a vagina is.
I didn't. I learned it way earlier. I was raised in Seattle in the 80s. Come on. You tell me? We had, like, pictures in our house that were, like... I think I knew what the labia majora and minora were before I was, like, 8.
Yeah, you were like your niece.
We actually,
When I met
every
Andy-
holiday season,
Can I?
we lit
Mm-hmm.
the labia minora every Hanukkah.
That's. I hate. I hate you. You disgust me.
Oh, wow. Was that good?
No.
Okay, what were you going to say about my niece? Oh, about how she showed you...
Well, when I met her, this girl's 4 years old, and I met her, and within 7 minutes, she was showing me all the different positions you can give birth in.
Yeah.
She was like, you can go on all fours, or you can be in the bathtub, or you can be squatting.
You can tie
you can move around. I was like, okay, well, you're 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in my 30s, and I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
And also, I grew up with conservative parents, so I have no idea how to react to what you're doing right now.
Rosebud didn't even know what a vagina was until, 12, 13?
No, I knew what a vagina was.
You didn't know what it was for. You thought it was for pooping out of.
No, I mean, listen, intuitively, I knew to do horrible things with it
Oh, yeah.
at a very young age. Okay?
Rosebud ruined a couple arms of a couch.
You bet.
Yeah.
Ruined it? I would say christened it.
Yeah. Improved.
Showed it some love.
Seasoned.
Okay? That's what I would say.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about this stuff enough. Now, before we go this episode, I do want to talk about something, which is a few of the shows that we've been watching recently that Rosebud, she loves to dig into a Netflix top to watch. That is her window of just perfect entertainment.
No, it's a window of like when you say perfect entertainment, I need to make clear that
This is
half the time I'm looking for good entertainment, and the other half of the time I'm looking for absolute trash.
You're looking for half the time you're looking for entertainment that it is perfectly acceptable to just be on Instagram the entire time while it's on and fall asleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah.
Like almost like a romantic. It's like what housewives used to read when their husbands wouldn't fuck them. Like what are the like erotica, like that Danielle
Romance
Steele.
novels. Yeah.
So like I'm watching like Danielle Steele but on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And all of Netflix like top watched for me on my timeline is just like some woman who's like had a miscarriage and moves to the woods. Virgin River is what I'm saying. And if you haven't watched...
Did she have a miscarriage?
Yes.
And her husband died?
Yes.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
She had to start all over.
God, and she's a doctor?
She's a nurse.
Wow.
She's a registered nurse from Los Angeles, and she had to move to Virgin River, where somehow everyone has a fucked up past, and they've all started over in the woods. Okay? And, you know, I really loved this show. I thought this show was... I mean, when I found it, I was like, oh my God, this is awful. And one episode in, I was like, this feels like painkillers.
She couldn't put it down. She
Yeah.
couldn't put it down. And so that brings us to this week's episode, or this week's show, which was a movie called Vanished. And in Vanished, the Trivago guy and Anne
Was it a
Hesh-
movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Really?
I think so.
I honestly couldn't even tell. That was so bad.
It was one of the worst things I've ever watched.
I can't even tell you what happened in it.
Okay, well, I can tell you. The Trivago guy and Anne Hesh were married.
Yeah.
And they had a daughter that was like, she might as well have been CGI. She was so, like, whatever.
What do you mean?
Like, she had just no...
She was like a bot.
Yeah, there was like nothing. It literally could have been CGI, and I would have been like, same difference, you know?
She was Anna from Frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, one fun thing about it is that besides Anne Hesh and Travago Guy, everybody else was like quintessential non-union actor. Like, chick that was like hot in like a...
Like from the neck down.
Hot for like Colorado Springs, Colorado. Like, she was just like, you know, just...
She was a Colorado 5.
Yeah, she was a
She was a Colorado 5.
You think she was 5 for
No,
Colorado?
No. She was a
Colorado 8.
7.
She's Colorado 8.
8?
New York 5. LA 3.
I think you're giving Colorado... I mean, Colorado deserves more than that. But okay. Yeah.
Anyways, she wasn't attractive, nor was she a great actress. Neither was her. Like, everybody just seemed like they were professional actors that wouldn't spring for a SAG card. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
And everything was so over the top, and it was mainly... It seemed like...
It was either so over the top or it was so just like nothing was happening in their face. Like, they were saying the lines, and you might as well just read the script because the actors weren't bringing anything else to it but the words.
And they also changed their like entire cadence. Like, sometimes the sheriff would be like this. Sometimes the sheriff would be like, "Well, it's been kind of a rough year for us up here in the valley."
And then the next
And then
scene,
other times he'd be like, "I'll tell you what. Sometimes murdering happens down here, and you got to call in frontier justice." And then there's the guy who runs the RV park. There was just so many bad things about the show, movie. And I just felt like it was worth
Anne
mentioning.
Hesh is like just doomed to like a lifetime of like traumatic shower scenes.
Did you order food?
I didn't. Hold on a second.
We just have more flowers coming. Anyways, I'm going to carry the podcast for a couple secs here. It was really bad, but you should watch it. It's a good hate watch. If you liked it, please let us know why. We'd love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we should talk about?
Also, please watch Virgin River, please.
Yeah,
I need
watch
to know
Virgin
what
River.
people think of Virgin River because I swear to God, guys, I mean, am I crazy? Because I loved it. I loved it.
Was there anything else we watched that was like bad good this year? I feel like there was.
I mean, of course there was. But
we watched Evil. Remember that? Like, where the demons.
Oh, I loved that. That was good. That was good.
But it wasn't good in like a
but it was.
critical sense.
No, Evil was good.
Okay.
Evil was good.
And we watched How to Get Away with Murder,
which
never actually explained how to get away with murder.
True.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's it. We gotta go.
I do want to plug some things that are coming up. First of all, if you guys are hearing this, you have a week. You have a week until Rosebud is on the road. She will be in Des Moines, Iowa, Omaha, Kansas City, I think another town in Kansas, and St. Louis. Those dates are the 16th through the 22nd. I believe you can go to her website to find those. And then Andy, am back on the road coming up in March, which is very exciting. I will be at Laughs Comedy Club in Seattle at 25% capacity, so get your tickets early. We get there on the 15th, so it's that next Thursday. I think it's the 18th through the 20th, Laughs Comedy Club in Seattle, and you can get all that detail on my website, which is imandyhaynes.com. And then the following weekend, I will be at the Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you don't know, there's a good chance that we could get the old ball and chain to come with me if she's ready to tell jokes after recording her album, which, again, is
March 14th
at
Zanies.
Zanies in Nashville. Anyways, thank you guys for all the kind words. We'll talk more about everything.
Kind words. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for tuning in.
And also, thank you for all the kind words and messages. We'll address more on Friday. And we love you guys. Don't forget to wash your hands. Don't lick your lover's eyeballs.
Yeah, don't spit in their mouths unless it's
Monogamous.
monogamous.
All right. Happy Super Bowl. Go
Go shove
capitalism.
food in your face.